Alright, well, looks like there's a crash. I wonder why that happened. Oh wait, why is my preset ultra? Strange. I mean that's and quad. Yeah, I wonder why I did that. I hate when it like defaults to that, because then like that happens. Like I run into a huge memory leak, and then my PC doesn't like it. I guess welcome back. What up, turtle? All right, I gotta redo all of my instance again. All right, I still got 36 minutes of Helltide. All right, so I gotta open up. I don't know how many shots I have to open up, but I have to open up a lot for that seasonal spark thing. Is Heartseeker any good on Eternal? Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely better on seasonal, but it is still good on Eternal. Like it still functions the exact same way, just a little less power, of course. That's a good amount of cinders already. So what can you do with Andes? Nothing. Legit nothing at all. Not even like kidding. You can turn into a spark. Glenn Miller, what's up? All right, well, yes, I have to open. How many chests in Helltide? $10. Okay. This should be really easy to do. I don't even know why I'm doing this event. Should be going. Want to look around for the chaos stuffs. Probably should just open the smaller junk ones. That's fine. I don't mind being here for a little bit if it means I can get some chaos stuffs. It's totally fine. Man, I'm only into like I got some shadow boost and crown of Lucian glove. Watch, I'm not gonna be able to get Fist of Fate and Pain Worker's pants. Otherwise your Lux is gonna run out. I finally got my first Word of Hook on yesterday, like late last night. Granted, no GA on the cooldown, but I was just excited to even just see it, because I legit just never saw it at all ever. So I'm like, it does exist. Cool, nice to know. Speaking of which, blame if you're there. I did when I did get the Word Hook on, I did do some Infernal Hordes with Rain of Arrows with that. Well, Heartseeker and, you know, Rain of Arrows, so hybrid, I guess. And the Rain of Arrows was strong enough to be able to like kill anything in one wave. So it wouldn't one shot on the first like hit of the wave, but since the wave hits 3 times, by the time the third hit hits, they're dead for sure each time, every time. So it was actually really good for Infernal Hordes to do it that way. And the synergy between, you know, being able to drop Cold Clip or whatever, and actually use the Chaos Imbuement aspect or whatever, was actually quite nice. Because then I can like get the triple imbuement thing and actually like, you know, make use of it for fun. So obviously it's an Infernal Hordes only spec, but it was a lot of fun. I guess I can do that in Helltide too, but I don't really need to. But Infernal Hordes only just because you don't really need the speed or anything. There's a Chaos Rift. Yeah, it's a lot more fun than playing clone and Infernal Hordes. So I think I actually did end up saving the setup too. I think, but I forgot to change one aspect out, so I will have to redo it again. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It'd be better if I had a GA on the cooldown because I'd be able to use Rain of Rails more, but it served the function. You won't try standard Rain of Rails without the GA cooldown, I'm guessing. I will. I guess I don't want to really spin the mats. I'm reluctant to spin the mats on the rings to get the proper, like to get Rain of Rails cooldown on both rings. So I'm reluctant to do that before I try other builds. But if I had GA on the cooldown, then I can literally just run it without having to be so finicky about my tempers and masterworks. That's the thing. But I can though. I certainly can. First Heartseeker build was the best one to play. Now we just rely on clone. I will say I did enjoy the fact that we weren't relying on clone with the first Heartseeker setup. But in my opinion, I don't think that was the best version because it had its own problems too. All the double dipping and quote unquote triple dipping that was happening, I guess you could say, made the build feel very sporadic. Either you dealt a lot of damage or you dealt no damage. And Caltraps was worse back then because you had to jump back, but you had to have them in Caltraps because you didn't have a choice, and you had to roll duration on Caltraps or whatever because it was bugged. And I don't know. I would definitely say it was not the best version of Heartseeker, but I think that was like one of the only versions of Heartseeker a lot of people have played, and so a lot of people don't realize that it's you know, there's been better iterations of Heartseeker since then. But I do agree on the whole clone thing though. I hate relying on clone. God, I hate clone so much. So that I 10,000% agree with you on. If there's anything I do miss about Season 4 and Season 5 Heartseeker, it is not relying on clone for sure. I sorely miss that. Is Heartseeker good without Chaos Armor? Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming you're playing on Eternal. Is that why you ask? No, I got the warp for it though. Am I enjoying the season so far? I mean, mostly. But it'll kind of be, I won't say like a short season for me, but like, you know, I'll play a little bit more than I played last season. In fact, I've already played more than I played last season already, honestly. Already. But once I get through all the builds I want to play or put together and like, you know, update for the guides and stuff, like I'm gonna be hard pressed to want to try to min max. The Chaos Armor, farming for the Chaos Armor will have some sort of fun to it, but because I don't really have anything to do with the gear that I enjoy doing, keyword that I enjoy doing, then it's just gonna, you know, after about week 3, I'm just gonna, you know, play a lot less, I guess. But I don't think it's really the season's fault. Like, it's not the season itself. It's just more so of just feeling like I have more things to do with my game. It doesn't necessarily have to be a leaderboard or a ladder or anything like that. But like something that makes me want to continue to progress. I feel like we progress way too fast. And I know, like, yeah, I played a hell of a lot of hours last week for sure. But I feel like there should be something more things aspirational for those who do choose to blast a lot. And I think right now that just isn't really there for the long term. Like, I think the progression is perfect for a casual. Like, I think how it is right now is perfect for those who are like, you know, who aren't playing a lot, right? So I think they nailed that. I just think they need to, or I think that they could throw a bone to those who do play a lot. And I feel like we just kind of don't really have that right now. There's a passive ultimate skill. There's 45% increased damage applied to the clone consistently, continuously, only in the initial damage when the skill is cast. You mean until dawn? Talking about this? It applies through your entire clone. So whatever, it's the entire duration of the clone. Would you rely on ultimates in general, in your opinion? I actually don't mind if ultimates felt like utility stuff. Like, I enjoy when, don't get me wrong, I like playing Renegade Rails as it is now, but I also enjoyed it when it was a utility. Like, you know, something I can be like, oh, well, I want to get ahead and get all the imbuements to happen so I can get the buffs from it, or the knockdown from Renegade Rails. It's a great way to get, you know, to get the malice buff or something like that. So I actually kind of liked it when I, you know, had like an addition, you know, had it as like a utility. Or let's say I didn't need that. Maybe I need a pull. Well, Death Trap could be a utility pull, like a big utility pull, whatever. That gives you, you know, a little extra bonus for hitting things with Death Trap or something, right? So, so I like, personally, that's how I liked it. Not saying everybody should agree, obviously not, but that's what I liked. So I actually had fun playing Heartseeker in Season 5, even though it was close quarters combat, because Renegade Rails was utility and it helped with the Pangorger's proc. But yeah. Yeah, that's fine, Brandon. Now you're trolling basically if you don't have an ultimate skill in your bar. Yep. Yeah, that is very true. 100%. I started this season questioning whether seasonal perks were that much of a difference. The perks, well, it depends on the build. For Heartseeker, not really. Well, a Beast in Corner does, because it's weird looking. But I mean, but you can Heartseeker, or a lot of builds are fully functional outside of Eternal. But the Chaos Armor is a bit of a power creep, though. So you maybe there's a good builds. Maybe the game is too easy for you, but I enjoy striving to obtain what you create. So I'm not really saying the game is too easy. That isn't where I'm coming across from. It's just more so like progression in a sense, right? Everybody's going to reach a certain point where progression kind of becomes pointless. Like, at that point, it's like, you know, there will be a point where you ask yourself, what am I progressing for? Right? What are you progressing for? You know, everyone's going to ask that question at some point. And then you're going to be like, well, I don't know. Right? Maybe pit pushes for you. Maybe it's not. But considering how many people actually post on Helltides.com, leaderboard, and even just the general population perception, like less than 1% of the player base, far less than 1% of the player base actually participates in pit pushing. So that's not really a popular, you know, content, right? So like, people aren't doing it for that. Right? So at that point, what are you doing it for, right? And that's the ultimate question you have to ask yourself. So for me, is like, I get gear good enough to be able to showcase builds and then upgrade or update the guys on max roll. Like, that's kind of my spiel at the moment. That's what I do. But then past that, it's like, okay, now what for me? You know what I mean? It also doesn't help that there's no skill element to anything aspirational either. While we do have aspirational gear challenge per se, right? AKA pit in a sense, there really is no skill element either with the stuff that you have. Pit is literally you either have the gear and the time to fish for the right boss and the right maps, or you don't. You play it the exact same way with every single build. Every time. That is the point when people start with no in-game and D4. But the thing about it is that they in-game technically exists. It's just in-game is just horizontal content. It's just not aspirational. It's just horizontal progression. Like any of the content we have can be scaled up to have a little bit more meaning. In terms of difficulty, I guess. Anything. Nightmare Dungeons can be. Infernal Hordes can be. Curious Undercity can be. Hell, Dark Citadel can be. We forget that exists, because I certainly do, right? But I do understand that, like, people who might want more, like, stuff like that, or, like, a very, very small minority, and the people who most of the people who do probably still play and maybe even spend money in the shops or whatever are people that, you know, aren't rushing through the game like I am per se, right? So, but yeah. Is movement speed per Dark Shroud better than normal movement speed for tempering? I would say so, yes. Well, depending on the build you're playing. If you're playing a preparation build, then yes. For sure. What's the best gloves on Eternal for Heartseeker? Grasp of Shadows. No. Pangorgers. I forgot you can't really wear both, so. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, wait a minute, he can't. Yeah, Pangorgers is. Pangorgers Shadow. Well, he's talking about Eternal, so he can't do both. Wait, was that 10 chests? It was. Okay. Give me my spark. Alright, I guess I can get this chest and then leave. How we can do here 200 attack speed, second bucket only with poison passive, right? No, you can do it without. On seasonal, that is. Eternal, you definitely need the alchemical advantage, but on non-season, you can do it without. Actually, no, you can do it on Eternal as well. Yeah, you can do it as well. If you're following any of my Heartseeker planners, it should it should get you to 11 frame, and you don't really need 200%. Because getting 200% isn't going to change how much attack speed you actually get. You just need to reach 11 frame breakpoint. You're not going to be able to reach 10 frame. So getting 200% on purpose isn't doing anything for you. Doesn't matter what slot we use the item in. No, nope. Sure doesn't. I thought I'd have to gear it. I'd be a bit more difficult to find enough for everything for your build within 1 to 2 days of playing. That's always kind of tricky. I prefer that too as well. I am in 100% agreement with you. But, I mean, I guess for me. But at the same time, you also got to remember, like, you know, we're not the norm. We're not the majority in terms of, you know, or I guess anyone who's like watching any Diablo streams or YouTube videos are not the target audience for how the game is tuned for leveling and getting your gear and stuff. There are many more players that, you know, don't reach T4 that quickly at all or get geared that quickly at all, right? So that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing to try to balance. Like, not everybody spending an entire weekend like just blasting, you know, Diablo. And with that being said, not only are they not doing that, but they're also probably not following guides either. So it's definitely going to be a longer route for them because they're not consuming the, you know, content like we are in a sense, and know what to do, how to get there fast, how to all those things, right? So it's easy for us to say, yeah, they could totally make leveling, you know, a bit more challenging, or a lot of things to take a little longer to get. But I feel like the way it's tuned right now is like perfect for the casual. So I wouldn't mess with that, to be honest with you, since that's the biggest portion of the game. But what I do think that is, if we are going to get things as quickly as we do, then there needs to be levels to aspirational content. There needs to be things for blasters to do eventually over time. And then eventually for the casuals, for them to attempt to do that as well later on once they do get to that point. I feel like right now we just don't really have that outside of like pit pushing. Do you think any company has a guts to publish stats about what kind of players they have? They used to do that, but that was before. Like, that was before games became like. That's before investors, you know, had a huge interest in the gaming market. So now, doing stuff like that, knowing you have investors to please, is usually never really a good idea. Because then you have to explain the numbers to them, and that can, you know, people who don't play games already is kind of probably a frustrating experience trying to explain anything to investors who don't game but only in it because they feel like they can actually make some money, right? So. Yeah, I doubt. It's definitely more rare nowadays than it once was. Like, you know, like a decade ago, over a decade ago. All right, how many sparks I got? 3. Okay, so I can craft 2 technically, but I think I'm gonna hold off. Anybody got any jaw runes that they want to trade for, like, let's say Ohm? I got 3 Ohm runes. But I have 1 jaw. I'm down to take as many jaws as possible. I'll trade runes or goldish or whatever for it. Yahoo, lots of Nagu. I don't really know what's popular, honestly. Vex, maybe, I don't know, but I have a ton of ohms that I'm looking to trade for a jaw. You ran 15 QRS, but no, yeah, I dropped, was it 2 rooms yesterday? Like literally, like almost back to back. How many draw rooms you got that you don't need?
See some steel you need.
World boss in 41 minutes. You got 2 draw rooms. All right, I will take it. Are you on my friends list by chance? I feel like I've invited you before at one time before. If not, give me your battle tag. Are you willing to trade 2 jaws for 2 ohms? You never traded in your life? Wow, okay. All right, well, I'm glad to be here first. But yeah, send me your, or type in your BattleNet tag, VNet tag. I think I was gonna craft 1 mythic, and then see the other 2 sparks for when I actually have enough jaw runes to craft my air, because I know I'm not gonna get air perdition to craft the mythic here. Or maybe is this air? Is this air perdition, y'all? Is it? Is it? It is an air perdition. Oh man. Okay. I'll still trade you. Don't get me wrong. I wish the GA would have rolled movement speed, but I am cool with core skills. I know, right? I know, right? Yes. Avin, yeah, just like that. Give me a second. I'm gonna add you. I should have some movement speed now. It's nuts. Appreciate the follow. Hold on. Whatchamacallit's acting up. There we go. Cool. I guess it's your friend's request. Alright. I'm gonna want to crit on the movement speed. I guess core skills is not bad. That's not what I want though. Cool. Can you request invite? Critical strike chance on 3 times. Alright, this is fine. 34% movement speed. It's gonna be nuts though.
Keep my forge hot. Return
Compared to what it was before. I kind of want to redo this and like triple crit on the like double crit on the movement speed, but I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm just glad to even just have that. No grasp chaos unique yet. I do have it, but it's on the helm, and I only have Fist of Fate in the helm right now. I think, which is might be a problem actually. Now that I think about it. Do I have another fist anywhere else? No, I do not. So I only have it on the helm. So I can't really even wear it until I get a Fist of Fate elsewhere. I've only dropped one Fist of Fate this entire time. That's crazy. Oh wait. Well, that's the normal one. Yeah. How do you do that? What's your name in game? I'm at to find you. Archie. Okay. There you are. Alright. I fear we might have different crossplay settings. Yep. Alright. Give me a sec. I'll change to yours. I've only found one Fist of Fate and one Word of Hakan so far. What it seems like. So now I need a Fist of... I'm not going to farm for a Fist of Fate. I mean, I've been farming for Chaos Unix anyways, but... Now I'm definitely looking for Fist of Fate and also Word of Hakan, I guess. Give me one sec. Whoops. My bad. Alright, where'd it go? Oh. Do it again. There we go. Done. Dancing Nas is easier heart level or Heartseeker. I would say Dancing Nas is easier. They're both really easy, but Dancing Nas is like probably like playstyle wise is definitely it is easier. Yeah, I'd say Dancing Nas. Probably we're skipping Jen today to watch the stream. All good, man. Alright, well, GG's. Hope you enjoy. Let's see. This gym. Our boss, 33 minutes. I guess we can go check the whatchamacallit. I'll be down for some mindless hordes later. Okay. But that was your first trade, sir? Was it everything you dreamed of? You ever dreamed of for your first trade ever? Well, I had no scrolls. I had no whatchamacallits, really? I had like no warp. I must have used all mine last night. My life purpose has been fulfilled. Oh man. Oh, double GA amulet. Vortihokan helm, okay. Double damage unfortunately. And a really low roll on the Renda's cooldown. That's like too low a roll for me to even like consider using. For the scrolls. So this, you know the chaos perks? This stuff? Well, if you have Infernal Warp left over that you're not using, then you can trade them for scrolls. Oh, whoops. Yeah, you can trade them for scrolls. And then the scrolls will give you this stuff that goes towards your greater cash. So yeah. So therefore, it's not useless once you level up everything already. Speaking of which, I actually kind of need to, just that we'll be playing some other builds. I need to level up my whatchamacallits. Innovative strikes for sure. And also power siphon, so I actually need more. I should be trying to spend it. All right, well, Sag, I thought I might have had a face to face somewhere else. So, I mean, I guess I could. I guess what I could do technically, because I'm not really doing any pit right now, I could just do air perdition and then run Con or keep shadow. I mean, it's only a slight damage loss. I won't say slight. It's like 80 to 60, I guess. I guess it's really not that big of a deal if I don't run Fist of Fate right now. It's not a deal breaker, but I do get a lot of movement speed, which will feel way better. So I guess I can go ahead and do that now. And just wait for a Fist of Fate somewhere. Do I enjoy the season so far? Yeah, mostly. Well, I say mostly. I enjoyed this season better than I did last season. Let's see. We'll go back to Sir and then We'll hold on to my Fist of Fate. Phoenix is the only one I got. Just an extra step rep turn. Yep, pretty much. Oh, this is yeah, this feels better already. So actually, with that being said, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, stats. I might have to actually drop some movement speed now. Because I think I might be over cap at this point. Let me see. 154 right now. So 154, 150 per 25, so 179. And Dark Stride's active. Then I got Shutter Step, so 179, 199. Yeah, so I'll be over cap with this. Now I can move it to something else. His question is what else do I want to do down now? I guess lucky here is fine. I'm not playing Rogue for the first season, never really. Season 6 Spirit World doesn't count. It totally counts, sir. All of your portrayals count, sir. Every single one. Every time you have portrayed a role counts. Doesn't matter for what reasoning. Playing Shred Druid. I heard Shred is yeah, Shred. I was thinking about doing that before the season started. Like if I kept interest enough this season that I will make a Shred Druid. I guess it just all depends on whether or not I'm still having fun by the time I finish all the rogues and stuff I want to do. Why'd I do that? Whatever. We'll run. Yeah, if I'm still enjoying myself, then for sure. Does versatility boost clone damage? It does, and it used to be meta, like the meta, until they nerfed clone a little bit, or quite a bit actually, compared to what it used to be. And then Canny became the better glyph to run. For both, for overall. But if you want to throw versatility back on there, sure. Especially if you want to like boost some of the additive nodes around on a certain board, you might be able to get more value that way. I was thinking about that earlier today, to be honest. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't tried versatility glyph in like a bit. I also don't know if versatility glyph works with pain gorgers either, so that's another thing to think about. I have not tested that. Because back when we were using versatility glyph for Shadow Clone, pain gorgers wasn't a thing. What all runes are you running for Flurry? Like you're running the standard Headhunter Control. I guess Fluidity, Devious, and well, not Canny, I guess, because it's Flurry. But last season didn't really feel a difference. If it didn't feel a difference then, I don't know if you're gonna feel it now. Honestly, there hasn't really been any changes on that front, but I could be wrong. Oh, yeah, that's right, physical. That's right. Forgot about that. Fluidity, versatility. I don't know. Like, that's kind of close. I mean, maybe. mean, I guess there's no reason not to try it. Oh, did you check out the bar compendium thing? Like I was telling you in the road chat. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet because I was gone. Or even just directly ask Beat Dropper if there are any key passes that are very similar to that on Barb. Just tell him what the key passive is and see like he like knows the answer right out. 'Cause I know he does a lot of Penguin research every season. He's been doing that ever since Penguin was a thing. I've been using your Heartseeker guide. Just got Death, Mass Chaos, and another unique with Flurry build, so that make the swap to Flurry for now until you can gear up Heartseeker better. That's up to you. That is 100% up to you. Like, just understand that in order to keep your energy and life up on Flurry, you having just only a couple of pieces isn't gonna make the build feel good initially. So you'll be kind of stuck in the middle between two different builds, or you're in the middle of gearing two different builds per se, and so it will only get better as you get stuff. But it's up to you though. Like, if you think you enjoy Flurry while leveling for Heartseeker, totally go for Flurry, right? If you feel like you're not struggling with Heartseeker as it is right now, as you're still gearing up, then stay with Heartseeker. Thing is that you're master limited though, so you want to be careful. You know, like, you know, master working or, you know, improving your Flurry gear if you're not going to stick with Flurry. You see what I'm saying? No Pain Gorge mission in the Bark opinion? Okay. Alright. Well, I would message Beat Dropper, like, directly then. If you don't do it, I'll do it after the stream and ask, because I have a really good amulet with weapon mastery as well, and so I'm kind of wondering the same thing. Love Burger, what's up, man? And I'm gonna know if one of us may know before we do any testing, because testing for that is not easy. What's the best way to get warp stuff? Nightmare Dungeons with Chaos Risk? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, just about everything does something, right? If you choose to do Helltides with Chaos Risk, that's fine. If you do Infernal Hordes, that's fine too as well. Like, honestly, just by playing the game and doing different activities, you will get what you want. You will get stuff. DG said Weapon Master only works for swords, for Pangorgers, no other weapon. Really? Wow, that's interesting. I wonder why that is. Alright, well, I guess no weapon mastery passive for me. At least not on Heartseeker. At least on the amulet. I'll still keep it in the skill tree because it does work with your clone. And while your clone is still doing quite a bit of damage, not as much damage as like the Pangorges do, but it's still not doing nothing. Have I seen the Mythic Rift yet? No, I have not. I have 3 ohms. I can trade with Ja. Oh, you're talking about the other guy, I see. It feels so much better having the air perdition now. Like, the movement speed's goated. I'm at the reset though, so I can get more crit on the movement speed, so I can get rid of like some other stuff. But man, this feels so much better. I gotta shroud until I get Fist. Infernal Warp is like can try to sell the what's my emily for you. I'll keep 20%. Okay, that's fine. It looks like you don't need to go. No. I mean, I will. Keep in mind, I haven't embarked in the journey of actually like masterworking my gear like appropriately. I still haven't like gotten all my gear to 6 to 12 yet. I'm still like not doing that. So trust me, all this gold is gonna be gone rather soon when I actually do it. And then I also got to make other builds too. So get like 10 builds at 12. So yeah, nope. I don't even have one at 12 all the way. Respender. I think part of it for me too is like I don't want to get to the point where I feel like I'm done. So I think I artificially on purpose take my time to get there because I just don't want to be done with the game yet. Like fully done with the game yet, if that makes sense. Because as long as I'm not 12 masterwork, I feel like I got progression to make. I know it sounds super silly, like super silly to like anyone listening to that, but yeah, that's how I justify extending my playtime. Now, when I am like, got a bunch of materials and go, I'll do all that one time, and then I'll be like, then I'll feel the power gain at that point and be like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good now, like big boost. Also makes my videos, or if I do any videos, a little bit more relatable. If I'm not 12 gear yet, and it looks like I'm crushing stuff, then it's kind of like, oh, I can do that too, not being fully masterwork, just like he did. And they don't feel like the builder's like out of their league, or like, oh, you only do that because you got Korean gear, or XYZ. Like, no, I'm not even fully masterwork, sir. Not trying to 3x masterwork gear is healthy for your sanity. It's a good call. Also, I guess I haven't decided on like a main build yet either. So like, let's say of the builds that I'm going to try, right? Let's say I try the other builds that I need to try. And then let's say, okay, Rain of Arrows is going to be my main build. That's when I go ham on all the masterworking and mass and stuff like that. But until I have until I'm sure that I have a main, like, what's my main build going to be, I'm conservative as well. I just took that to the face. I literally just took a slam to the face. How long does it stick around for season 9? Not long at all. I barely played in season 9. In fact, I'm higher Paragon now than I was in season 9. That tells you everything you need to know. Yeah. I made a build guide last season. People would X out the second they saw the hero gear. Yeah, it's always one of those things where like, I know some people really like the whole, they want to see it like, the end game version of it, like, with like perfect everything's. But then there's also a portion of the audience that, feel like, let's say for instance, I'll call this person out, like Rob, for instance, right? Rob is going to have GG gear either given to him by his audience or, traded for or whatever. He's going to have really, really good gear for his build guys that he puts up. But there's sometimes they're just out of like the league. Not sometimes. Oftentimes they're out of the leagues of like the average person could really be able to obtain. So some people like it, and then other people are just like, nah, I want something more reasonable. Like, can I run this without the gear that Rob has, right? Yeah, I think that's kind of where I fit in the sense where just like, oh, I'm not so far ahead of you in the progression part of sense. My gear is not GG either in a sense. Yeah, so that's why I like generally when I'll create just enough, like I will do just good enough gear for my gear tests or my build tests and stuff like that, and then I move on to the next. And then the one that I find that I really like, that I say, okay, this is gonna be my main build for the season. Then I go ahead and then I pull out the the double GAs I might have found along the way and stuff, and like really seriously master work. It's usually how I do it every season. But I've been behind trying other builds now because I really want to do Renovale second, and I still have not found the correct World of Hook on. But I did find one finally yesterday. I might have to just break down and just do Renovale's cooldown on 2 different rings or whatever, and spin the mats for that. I really didn't want to, but I think I might have to. This is my favorite Helltide, by the way. Outside of maybe Kyrgyzstan, because of the 3 chests in Kyrgyzstan. But the layout, this is my favorite. How am I liking the Chaos Armor in terms of seasonal enjoyment? I like that they're not tradable, and the economy actually looks like what it is. Yes, Matthias, you can trade for my amulet, or you can trade my amulet for me if you would like. And you can keep the 20% without the top. I'm cool with that. But also appreciate the follow. But I think I like the chase for them. I like the fact that you have to actually play the game to actually try to get them for a progression. So for me, I'm actually okay with that. I do think that having them like replace the entire left side of your gear, your gearing character, might be a little too much. As in, like, we can wear literally up to 5 Chaos Armors. I think, and this is just a personal opinion, I think we kind of lose the ability to choose, or the ability of choice. I'll say choice, I'm sorry. Like, we remove having to make choices when we can have everything. Right, a lot of rogue builds are going to have a lot of the similar Chaos Armors, and then the idea is you want to put them as many slots as you possibly can, most of the generic ones. So everything starts looking the same and blending together and stuff like that. So I think, in my opinion, I would love to see both Chaos Armor in the future and Mythics just be 1 per character that you can slot. So you can only wear 1 Mythic, and you can only wear, let's say, 1 Chaos Armor. But in return, make the crafting system a little easier for crafting your Mythic, in a sense, like, kind of ease up on the amount of runes it's costing or whatever, or make runes a little easier to be accessible, and buff the Mythics and the Chaos Armor. So actually increase the damage that you get from the Chaos Armor, and increase the benefits for the Mythic, but you can only wear 1 each. So 1 Mythic, 1 Chaos. So therefore, when you find it and you have it, it actually feels like the GG item. It's like, holy shit, this is like massive, right? But you can only wear 1. So now you're gonna have different builds that might need to choose. Okay, well, which Mythic is more important for the build? Is it Shroud? Is it Era Perdition? Is it Starless? Because it can't be all 3. You see what I'm saying? So now you have to make a choice. And now our characters will start looking a little bit different, because maybe some builds will want this, but other builds may not. Like, one build has to have Starless, but the other one might be like, oh, I don't need Starless, I'll just wear Shroud. Or the other one might be like, well, I really need the movement speed, so we're gonna do Air Perdition. You know what I mean? It makes for meaningful choices in our gearing, and also makes it when we find the item or get the item that much better. You know what I mean? So, but the fact that we can just throw as many mythics as we want on and as many chaos armors as we want now, just kind of makes our characters feel a little homogenized in a sense. So, personally, that's just again, totally my opinion. I'm sure it's probably not a popular one, but I would love to, you know, have my other armor slots kind of have meaning right now. Because right now my entire armor slot is just damage. Right? And don't get me wrong, chaos armors are fun. They're really fun to farm for and find, which I love, but yeah. If there's any downside to that, that would be it in my opinion. Petition for a meaningful mythic bow, agreed. 6 minutes before world boss. $5 mil each reset is a scam, not mentioned in the mats. Well, the thing is that like, I don't know, like, it's, I also think it should cost less for a reset, depending on how many, ranks you have on your gear. So like a 12-12 reset should cost more than a 4-12 reset. But no worries though. I can't say much, but the whole masterworking and tempering systems are getting a pretty massive refresh pretty soon. So or better yet, I should say systems. Systems that we interact with are getting a massive refresh. I won't say rework, even though I guess it is kind of a rework if you want to put it that way. Endurance faith. I guess we could probably try to build some barrage Orphan Maker tonight. What time is it? I've been on for... Yeah, I guess we could try to build one of them tonight. Or should I wait till Wednesday? I probably won't stream tomorrow night, but Wednesday. We're about in 3 minutes, sure. It's like now that I got my air perdition, I kind of want to play more Heartseeker because now I have to have some movement speed now. So I'm feeling good. Clover, what's up? Josh, what's going on? I see you on YouTube. What's going on? I finally got an air perdition. So totally, my character feels almost like a brand new character now. Just being able to move around. Chilling. Just farming. I actually like the farming flow of the season. Having multiple activities have meaning is actually quite nice. I just wish there was a some of these activities provided a little bit more resistance to my character, per se. But oh whoops, I done messed that up. That's alright, I gotta go to World Boss anyway. Has anyone found any chaos armor in these Helltide chests by chance? Heading to bed? Alright, yeah, we're going, man. That's all juicy. Alright, world boss time. Who's that? Shiny Beast, what's up? Oh, Blaine, one more question. What do you think of the new thumbnail for the Heartseeker video? I think I'm kind of asking people that like has seen many of my videos in the past and the evolution of my thumbnails. I really worked at this one, like this thumbnail that is currently on there. I think that's going to be the new template that I use going forward. I like that was more colorful personally. Okay. Like I guess when you saw the thumbnail, did you? Well, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna ask that question. I'd have to ask somebody who's never seen it before to ask that question. Like any of my videos before to ask that question. But nah, I snuck in the Maxwell logo on like the very with like IOP CD basically in the background in the wording section, which kind of brought out the yellow and green a little bit more. And then of course the whatever picture on the right side that matches the title, I guess. I was there, you don't pay attention to thumbnails usually. Alright. Apparently YouTube goes crazy about whether or not you made a good thumbnail or not. Not the people, but like the algorithm itself. Like I feel like YouTube cares more about how the thumbnails look than the people actually do. And they'd be quick to let you know under analytics. Have you tried this type of thumbnail? Have you tried doing 5 pog faces instead, and one face with your tongue sticking out? Like just kind of just like it just makes you go like, what? Like, nah, man, leave me alone. Chaos. Ooh, a helm. Well, I don't really need helm slot now. I can't really do helm slots anymore. Oh, pants. Hooker step. Crown of Lucian pants. Clippers like hype. Okay. I want to do. Okay. I guess we'll put together. Let's put together barrage. Before I do it, I'm gonna need a stretch break. Walk around stretch break. BRB. All right, let's do it. Probably shouldn't take too long because I think I can reuse a lot of stuff I already got. But the Paragon board I have to redo because I have Eldritch Bounty as my second Paragon board right now. I can't use that for barrage. Overpower is actually working with Pain Gorges right now. Is that this season? Because it used to not work. I remember Beat Dropper saying that because he asked that in like the bug report on the Diablo partner thing. So it's kind of weird though. If Pain Gorgers can overpower, but Shadow Clone can't overpower, then can Pain Gorgers overpower if a Shadow Clone hits a Pain Gorger mark? That's what I'm curious about. All right, but let's save this. But I need to save with Ahu Cax so I don't forget. On like the main setup here. I feel so bad for the brother who has to test. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather. I mean, oh, you mean like the devs, or you mean like just anyone on the Maxroll team for stuff? Because I think Ava does most of that for the Maxroll team. The Shadow Clone and interactions. He already has like a list of things, or had a list of things. Just to start, but yeah.
Go one more. Finished, are you?
I mean, the devs. Yeah. Like I really don't want to. I said I don't want to, but like putting together the test gear, test some of the Pain Gorgers, Shadow Clone Pain Gorgers interactions in terms of which passes works for it, which don't.
Return soon.
Those kind of things. And the question I get asked, right? Like, if Shadow Clone can't overpower, then can Pain Gorgers mark overpower if the Shadow Clone that hit the Pain Gorgers mark did not overpower? Right? Like stuff like that is, you need specific gear for it, and it takes a while. And I'm just like, I was regretting. I was not regretting, but I was feeling some kind of way doing it on what was it, Rapid Fire that one time, and I just got tired of wondering what was going on with Rapid Fire. So I just took 20-30 minutes to figure out what in the hell was going on. I mean, it needed to be done. Don't get me wrong. It's just. So now we need to save. So now that I saved that, it's to the best place to play. What's up, Moonzuck? What's happening, man? It's been a minute. How you been? That includes for me too, since I haven't been streaming much in the recent, except when this season started. Okay, so what do I need to make this build work? Put together. Where's my planner? Okay, so I need Crown, got that. Orphan Maker, got that. Combination Dagger, got that. Fist of Fate. Don't really have a Fist of Fate anywhere except for my helm. So I guess I'm going to have to not roll with Fist of Fate for now. We'll do Crown, Orphan Maker, Combination Dagger. So we have, what do we have so far? We have Crown. Let's look at combination dagger. Just should make you pull out an RPG to shoot 3 bombs instead of this loud and stuff. Blasting the shred druid. Yeah, I hear shred is doing well, man. Did not see that coming initially. Okay, I don't know why I want to have it. Oh, I'm having a glove. Damn, I can do it on the pants. Betray Pangorg is out for a combination dagger. So I just need a crown. Okay, so I can do. I already have an Orphan Maker boot, I think, from. So we'll just do that. So I don't have to make a new boot. So that crown pant or combination pants. And then I know we have a crown glove. I'm sure of it. So yep, I was right. And also like yeah, the actual good one.
Greetings. Use it well. Fashion this into something fairly well.
I have no idea what they're saying. It just sounds cool. I don't really need the Masterworks to land on anything important, so I just need to
See some steel you need.
get them up there. Okay, maybe not that bad. Really? Okay. Lagging. It's still gonna hit that no matter what. Whatever. That's fine. It's good enough. It's on here. I guess it'd be whatever. Coordination actually might be goated on this. So I have to trade out rings. Yeah, that was good enough. Wind Force, which is preferably I want the GA to be on the Malice, but I ain't got a good enough one for that. So this I have to do. Roll on Barrage. Barrage again. I already have so many core ranks, man. Why you doing this? Not a single hit on Malice. Oh well.
Well done. Beware the envious, my friend.
Pull out my planner again. Mott. Ahukax. Probably keep it Neo and just do Ma instead of Seer. Yeah, so we can do Neo Mott. Okay. And then I need to okay, I need 2 rings, two different rings now. Actually, I probably could get away with do I have Starless? I do have Starless in this, okay. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get my Shadow Clone cooldown down enough, I don't think. 'Cause I definitely don't want to change anything on this amulet. Speaking of which, see if I can get it like +1, a +1 more. It's a +1 on Frigid Finesse and +1 on Malice. That's what this is. So if I can get something a little better. I can get lucky and get +1 more Frigid. But I got 712 gold. Okay. Yeah. Bye bye gold. Yeah. All right. Let me stop. Let me stop. At least that was some tries. They do my cross settings thing again.
The open road is nice. I did miss civilization.
No, it's account bound. Why? Where did I find this? Oh snap. Yeah, never mind. Okay. You can't buy it. It's account bound. Yeah. I guess I use it for a different build then, I guess. Yeah. I mean I held on to it too and just didn't. Oh man. Oh well. So unfortunate. I guess it must have dropped from. In order for it to be account bound, where did it have to drop from? I mean, I can use it for other builds, like I guess the one I'm running right now. Whisper cache, whisper, and the cat. Okay, I probably could do it for this setup I'm doing right now. Might be the better play anyway. I guess so. So I guess, yeah, I guess we'll use it for this build then. Okay, so what I need, I gotta amulet now. We do a different ring. I actually don't have as many rings as I thought. I know I did salvage a bunch. I didn't think I was gonna use again. Okay, so I guess let me see if I can what the tempers are gonna be. What do I need actually? So we'll still do Shao Concord. Okay, so we'll just try this first. Oh, first try. Okay. And mobility. Sure. Yeah, I guess that'll work.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return
But now I gotta make sure I don't like spend my life savings on trying to get a passive on exploit. I'm gonna be mad if I get like +2 fridge on this one, but not my other one. That's not fair. This is so not fair. I needed that on my other amulet, not this test amulet.
right aura.
Man, if Weapon Mastery would have worked on Pain Gorgers, my weapons I chose, I totally would have used this instead. I know. I mean, cool, but I know I'm not gonna play any of these Orphan Maker builds as my main, so I'm a little saddened by that. I'm really saddened by that, actually. Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Are you really about to do this? Okay, what I just did.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need?
Oh, come on.
Elena raided my stream with 421 views.
Side, we just got raided, son.
Elena with the raid.
You know how we do. Drop my new beat for these new
What's happening?
viewers.
Cheesy. Out. What is happening? That's a massive raid too. How have you been? Endo, what's going on? I am actually trying to put together a new build or a different build now. Gonna do some more Orphan Maker stuff. Welcome aboard. So there won't be any gameplay for like the next 20 minutes ish as I'm putting this together, but we'll see how this works out. Panda, what's up?
Use it well.
Space Clarks. Alright. So we need to change this ring out, change that ring out. We need another. Probably just do a dagger. Let's do a dagger. So we'll do. Actually, what's the tempers for this? Actually, I need two. We need two daggers. What is it on my planner? Dagger or sword doesn't really matter. So Shadow Clone deal double damage and then Dark Brow tempers. Okay. So we'll just pick a. We'll just pick a sword. There we go. Alright, temper away. And some knives. Dash. Dash again. Flurry. Dash again. Dance some knives. Reset. Rinse and repeat. Where's it at? Oh, there it goes. You falling asleep? All good. Appreciate the raid. Sorry you didn't come in on any action. I literally just started switching to another spec. Oh, 18% is all I get from this. That's ugly. Yeah. Pretty much a break. I'm not gonna use this. Alright, another sword. It is your turn.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
You have a good night. Raven. Nice. We got Shadow Clone on that one this time. Courage. You're kidding. Well, as you appreciate it, Father. Okay, so we got one usable one on. Let's not do the same thing again. Got this. Safe. Okay. Alright, so we got two usable ones now. We got these two. Throw those there.
The stars made manifest.
Alright, so that's like the gear. Well, like I said, I didn't roll everything yet. So we need to do damage, I guess, here. Health here. Oh, I just had it. That works. And aura is here, I guess. I'll take a bit before I get that roll. Appreciate the follow. Good news is that a lot of these gears are interchangeable with the rapid fire version 2, so I'll be able to next time I stream I'll be able to do that too. Easy to just to transfer the gear over. Okay, so now I need the aspects. What am I running? Let's see. The Behemoth, of course. Branching volleys. Full clip. Seated. So friction bosses probably feel like the army more than anything else. Then Behemoth. Alright, so now I got a masterwork.
There is power in these stones.
Also need some gems. But
What color and brilliance.
Clover. Now I have to masterwork. Really, I needed to hit once. On double damage, and then I'll send it from there. I'm not even gonna try to double or triple crit. Got the gems. Just crit on everything except for the shadows. Except for the double damage, of course. Bruh, give me double damage once. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna send it. Watch is gonna double crit on the maximum health. Oh no, double click on the double damage, okay. One on the maximum health unfortunately, but we'll take. First weapon throw in the trash. On the double damage, okay. 348,000 opposite, yep. I did a lot of Infernal Hordes one day, like last week I think it was. I did like 3.5, 4 hours of Infernal Hordes straight. If I was already double crit on the whatchamacallit. Did not. Now this is good. This is actually a good roll there. Now, I really need to crit once on Shadow Clone. Or I would like to crit once on Shadow Clone. Gonna do this again, huh? There we go. Full send it into something. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're not doing it. Okay, bro. Alright, getting quit. There you go. Need the passives. That BravenProductions is actually probably not terrible, but yeah. Double on the death percent. Fine. Lucky support. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so this would do emeralds. I don't have enough to do. Whatever. We'll go ghetto here. That's fine. Not that big of a deal.
See some steel you need.
Okay, so that is the gear setup. Now I gotta get the skill tree. I think of what I don't need here. Actually, that's important, but this is not. Shadow clone, we got that. I feel like I'm missing some important things here. Heartseeker Shadow clone, traps, dash. This is maxed out. I had like 1 point in here or something. I usually don't have stutter steps, so I'm trying to figure out where my other. Look at my planner and see what I did. Oh, no, I do have small screen. Wait, so what am I missing? Oh, Dark Shroud is not supposed to be in my bar. That's what it is. There we go. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be. There's a skill tree. Paragon boy. I really don't want to like redo it all. Yeah, so Paragon board, refund all. Can I ever beg you to play together? I just got a decent Raven Druid running. Not tonight. I'm actually putting together a new build that I'm trying to test so I can update the macro guide website on it. But for sure, sometime in the future.